Okay, so let's just dive right in. The very ground beneath the software world, the whole SaaS model we've known for decades, is starting to shake, and the earthquake is being caused by something called Agentic AI. We're not talking about a new feature here. This is a completely new way for software to exist and operate.
And this quote it nails it, doesn't it? It perfectly captures this moment in time. We are entering an era where software no longer just sits there waiting for us to click a button. It's actually being built to think, to act, and to get things done all by itself.
But look, to really feel the scale of this shift, we kind of have to rewind the clock. Let's go back and remember what software used to be. At its heart, it was just a really powerful but totally passive toolbox.
I mean, think about the classics, right? Excel, PowerPoint. Incredibly powerful tools, no doubt, but they are completely at our mercy. They do nothing until we tell them to. We had to build all the formulas, we had to design every single slide, we had to input all the data. The software was just an empty stage. We were the actors, the directors, and the entire crew.
But that old passive model has been evolving, kind of quietly in the background for years. It's been getting smarter. And that evolution leads us directly to today's main event, the emergence of true AI agents.
And you can really see the whole journey laid out here. We started with those basic passive tools. Then we got narrow AI. Think of your Netflix recommendations, finding patterns for you. The huge leap forward was collaborative AI, like ChatGPT, where it suddenly felt like you had a partner. And now we're right on the edge of the next big thing, Agentic AI, where the software just works autonomously.
This was the real turning point. All of a sudden, software felt like a collaborator that could actually think along with you. You could ask it not just to run the numbers, but to tell you if your assumption seemed a little off. It wasn't just following commands, it was understanding your goal.
Which brings us to right here, right now. So what exactly is Agentic AI? Well, it's the final stage of that evolution. These are no longer just partners. They're basically autonomous digital employees. You don't give them a to-do list, you give them a goal, and they figure out the entire how, all on their own.
Now, this is obviously a massive leap in capability, but here's the kicker. This incredible new power is creating a fundamental crisis for the entire software industry. The very business model that built Silicon Valley is starting to look completely obsolete.
For decades, the logic was super simple, right? You paid for software per seat or per user. The idea was the more of your employees using the tool, the more work is getting done, and therefore, the more value you're getting. It was predictable, it was scalable, and honestly, it made total sense back then.
But now, just look at what a single AI agent can do. Imagine you need a complex 3-year financial forecast. An agent can pull all the historical data, build out a bunch of different scenarios, write up a detailed report on it, and even draft the summary email to your CFO with the key talking points. This is work that would have taken a whole team of humans hours, maybe even days.
So think about that. That entire complex workflow, pulling data, modeling scenarios, writing reports, drafting emails. How many paid user seats did that whole massive task require? One. Just one. A single prompt from a single user kicked off a cascade of value that would have otherwise taken a whole team. And right there, that's the fundamental crack in the foundation of the old SaaS model. So here's the bottom line. The old model, SaaS 1.0, is built on the assumption that value scales with the number of human users. But in this new world of Agentic AI, value scales with autonomous execution. The per-seat model is broken because it's literally measuring the wrong thing. So if the old model is broken, what's going to replace it? Well, the industry is slowly starting to figure it out, rallying around a new paradigm that actually lines up with the value being created. Say hello to service as a software. The idea is actually pretty simple, but its implications are profound. You're no longer paying for just the access to a tool. You're paying for what the software does. You're paying for the outcome, for the result. And just look at the side-by-side comparison. In SaaS 1.0, value was all about human access, you paid per user, and you got a product. In this new SaaS 2.0 model, value is about autonomous outcomes, you pay per task, and what you get feels a lot more like a managed service. It's a completely different way of thinking.
Now, this isn't just a theory. Real companies are out there right now trying to figure this out. So let's look at a couple of pioneers who are trying to price this new future, and, of course, the massive challenges they're facing.
You have to start with OpenAI, of course. Their strategy was absolutely brilliant. Get it into everyone's hands for free, reach a massive scale, and then figure out how to make money. Their tiered plans look a lot like traditional SaaS, but when you dig in, the limits are based on compute power and capabilities, not just the number of seats. They're blending the old world and the new.
But now for a totally different approach. Check this out. A company called Intercom has an AI customer service agent, and for every single task it successfully completes, they charge exactly this much. 99 cents. Not per user, not per month. It's 99 cents per successfully resolved customer issue. This is pure, unadulterated, value-based pricing. If the AI doesn't deliver the result, you don't pay. It's an incredibly confident and powerful model.
But underneath all this cool innovation, there is a very scary reality. The cost to actually run these massive AI models is immense. It often completely dwarfs the revenue coming in. I mean, even with all its success, reports suggest OpenAI still isn't profitable. Closing this profitability gap is the #1 challenge for this entire industry.
Which really leaves us with this one final critical question. The whole business of software has always been built on measuring value through the lens of human productivity. So, when the software itself starts acting for us, when it thinks and does things on our behalf, how in the world do you even begin to calculate what that's truly worth? That's the puzzle we're all going to have to solve together.